Good morning, good morning. It's 7 o'clock in South Africa. And thank you all for joining us. We've got people that are joining us from other parts of the world. It's such an honor to have you this morning. And thank you for the consistency that you have brought when it comes to having those connect sessions. We meet once a week on Friday, 7 o'clock, or Saturday, 7 o'clock. But I think Saturday is much better when no one is preparing our random, beautiful little strangers for work or school. And yeah, it's a beautiful way to start the weekend and also just to reflect on the week that was and also look at the matter at hand. So I'm going to go straight to the presentation so that later on we can then engage, do our introductions, and also just share experiences when it comes to LinkedIn. This session came about from last week's session that I did on the art of networking. If you haven't watched the recording, you're most welcome to check it out on our YouTube channel. And they were just talking about networking, how to network, where to network, why it is important, and also sharing tips on how to always make sure that you are putting yourself forward and also introducing yourself based on how and what you would want to get from the engagement that you're engaging in. So today we will be talking about LinkedIn. We mentioned LinkedIn last week, and one of the ladies was like, yo, I am not on LinkedIn. I don't even know how to go about it. And for me, LinkedIn is one of those spaces that I love because when it came through, it got presented as a professional networking space. And with that, you're able to then build your brand professionally. So you are able to also make sure that you connect and also find the people that you need to grow within your profession. So it's not even complicated. For those that have not yet signed up for LinkedIn, you just go to www.linkedin.com and then you enter your email address, you create a password, you enter your name, surname, location in terms of country and city, and then you select your most recent job title, your company. If you're a student, you'll say you're a student. If you're self-employed, you're self-employed. If you're working for a company, you put it there, and then you verify your details via an SMS or an email, and then you upload your professional picture, and then you add a headline, which is a summary of who you are. You add your experience, your education, your skills, and then you start connecting with people. And then you start to follow pages and join groups that relate to your career interest. So LinkedIn is not complicated, similar to how you would log into any other or sign up to any other social networking platform that you would want to be a part of. So it's not even one of those things where you say, no, I don't want, I'm still scared of this. I want to. No, it's just one of those things that you need to make sure that you get on top of because at the rate at which things are moving, you would need to have your professional profile. I will just see if I can just share the screen so that people can know what LinkedIn is all about. So on this screen, I show my LinkedIn profile, and then this is where you can see there's my profile photo, which needs to be changed, but I like it this way. And then there is the background banner there, which also needs to be updated. But this is some of the things that when I'm going through this masterclass, I'll also be learning and also apply some of the things that I will be sharing with you. But just to show you, this is how LinkedIn is, and then you post as and when you want. And then when you go home, you can also create pages. So on this side, I just wanted to show you for those that are in business and then they want to start pages for their business, similar to how you have pages on Facebook. Then I've got one here for the book club, and then there's one here for Empower X Advisory Services. So clicking here on the one for the book club, you can see that we post on a regular basis. So our administrator was doing a beautiful job in terms of posting every morning, similar posts that you see on Facebook and also on Twitter. She schedules those because LinkedIn also has the scheduling aspect. So if you've already seen this on Facebook around mental health check-in, asking how you're feeling today, it's something that she has put together. And in terms of followers, you can see here we've got 1,973 followers on our book club LinkedIn profile. So this is good because you get more people to get exposed to your work, to see what you're doing. And then if people want to connect with you, they can easily just connect. And it's so good because every just another tip on LinkedIn, if you've got a business, on your page every single month on the first, you get 250 credits where you can invite people to follow your page. So you can just filter that into the things that you need to do on your LinkedIn page every every month where you invite people to come and follow your page. And that's how your page will grow. So I'm going to stop sharing and then just take us through why LinkedIn and also how to get the most out of LinkedIn. I'm going to keep this brief so that we are able to then share our experiences as well and also engage and share some of the tips and how you are making LinkedIn work the most for you. And if you've got a LinkedIn profile, you're most welcome to share your link on our chat functionality, and then we will follow one another. So LinkedIn is all about positioning yourself. When we get taught about the 8 P's of marketing, most people know the 4 P's, but when I did my MBA, Amanda would agree. We were told the 8 P's, and one of them is position. And when you position yourself, you want to occupy the space in a customer's mind. You want to make sure that your brand is something that sticks whenever they think of something related to what you do. You want to connect with people beyond you physically being there. When some people are talking about you, they must know your work as well. So you position yourself as an expert in the industry, as a thought leader, and someone who knows exactly what they're doing. And if you still have that feeling that you think, oh, maybe feels like I don't know what I'm doing or I don't deserve to take up space in professional platforms, I would highly recommend that you go and watch the session that we did on imposter syndrome with Machachi so that you can quickly silence that voice that will stop you from taking up space in the social media and also using LinkedIn to your advantage. So today it's all about maximizing LinkedIn for your professional and also your personal brand. LinkedIn is one of those platforms that has over 1 billion users globally, and it's your digital CV, your portfolio, and also your networking room. We spoke about networking. So LinkedIn is one of the rooms where you quickly go there and network, and the potential there is limitless. And if you're looking for employment, 95% of the recruiters use LinkedIn to find talent, and you can present yourself, like I indicated, as a thought leader, make sure that there is visibility for your business and you can also grow your career because indeed your presence is your power. So for me, I've had many instances where I got invited because they saw my post or my work on LinkedIn. And sometimes you decide, okay, I'll start posting, and then you're just like, oh my word. Um, and then you stop. But consistency is key when it comes to making sure that there is visibility about your work and what you're doing. And just to share a recent one, I spoke at a Sasa Women Forum launch. It was last week or 2 weeks back on the 25th of March in Pretoria. And when I ask where they found me, they say, we found you on LinkedIn when we're looking for people that can come and speak in our Women's Forum launch. And the minister was there as well. And they were saying, come, we'll cover your travel accommodation. And I was like, okay. And I raised my hand and I went and I spoke to quite a number of women that were there because of the power of LinkedIn. So it's just one of the things that I thought, let me just share with you so that you can see that the doors that LinkedIn can open are quite limitless. So it's important that you set up a strong LinkedIn profile. Mine, as you saw, still needs some work done. There's some of the things that I'm holding on to that I don't want to let go, that at the rate at which technology and things are going, I would need to sit and also make sure that it's a strong LinkedIn profile. It speaks to what I'm doing and also my intention to grow my network and connecting with the people that I also want to connect with. And sometimes we just think, oh, I would love to connect with so and so. But the quickest thing to do that is to go and find them on LinkedIn, drop them a text, and start the conversation. And you will be surprised that people that you thought would not respond actually do respond to those things. So when it comes to things that you need to do in order to enhance your profile, make sure that it's a brand that is most recognizable. Profile photo, keep it clean and professional. Um, I think mine that you saw there was probably 2013. Yeah, that's over 10 years ago. But I just love how the view it's looking towards the future. That's why I kept it. But most people would say keep a professional, clean photo, headshot. Some people put a photo of themselves with the graduation gown. Other it's suit and tie. Others it's like proper professional or traditional dresses depending on what you want to get out of this network. And then the banner should also reflect your brand. When I was full-time entrepreneurship, I made sure that EmpowerX is there as the background banner. It's things that I'm still saying I'm holding on to because full-time as a commissioner, and then there is EmpowerX that's there, but it's something that is a brand that speaks to the work that I do in terms of empowering people and walking this journey of empowerment. And then your headline. This is more than just your job title. Other people would have simple things that will just say student, but you can add more about what you do. I think on mine, I did add that I am a commissioner with the Commission for Gender Equality. So I wrote commissioner, I wrote financial literacy facilitator because those are the things that I do. And then certified financial planner that speaks to my profession. Entrepreneur speaks about the businesses I run. Speaker. So it's clear that I am available, I am ready to speak. And then book club founder because I'm a founder of Empowered Women Book Club. So it's more than just to say I work here, as to say this is what I do. Because the moment someone opens up your profile, they would want to see what is it that this person can offer. So for me, I put it like that because it speaks to what I'm doing. Yes, I'm a commissioner, but I'm a facilitator for financial literacy. I'm a certified financial planner. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a speaker. I'm a book club founder. So The list is endless, but you just need to make with the short space in terms of the headline, in terms of what people would see. When I was doing the invitations for people to follow the pages this month, I kept on checking what people put there. And people put things that I also have achieved that I'm like, okay, after this masterclass, I'm going to sit Mail and Guardian Top 200. I'm going to put that the International Women's Forum. I'm going to put it the Young Leaders Connect, the awards that I got, like the Authentic Leader with YLC. I'm going to put it there so that it's clear that this person stands out from some of the normal profiles that you will just see. And you can share your stories, your achievements, what you offer, links, social media links as well, any presentation that you're making in your work, and also any experience. Make sure that it's impactful and you also channel it so that you get the results that you want out of that. There's also sections of skills and endorsement where you can get other people to then endorse or recommend you as a person that they have worked with in the past. I think it's something that we can easily do for one another after this session and as we connect, because some we know each other in such a way that we can easily then share or connect or recommend one another based on the experiences that we've had. So I've spoken about the headline to say, make it more about what you want to get out of this connection. And if you're an author, make sure that that author aspect is there, because when we're looking for authors, your name must pop up, and then who you are, what you do, why it matters, and also a call for action, as we're saying, what you are looking for. And we said it's a networking room. So when it comes to networking, I'm just going to share my link to my profile on the chat. I'd also recommend you do the same. I don't know why it's not. Yeah, I think it's an active link. And while we're still here, it's important that as we use um, LinkedIn, we build this network, because the main purpose of networking is also to build the network. So one might be asking, where do I start? You start with people that you know. You've got family members that on LinkedIn, just go there, search them by name. People that are part of your networks, you just go there, search them by name. And even when you attend these things and somebody is presenting, that's another trick when you want to connect with a speaker at a particular engagement or event. You go there and then you see, okay, Me Mariam Famadi is the speaker. And then you go there, you search on LinkedIn Mariam Famad, and then you connect with them. You can add a note when connecting to say, hi, Maria, we met at this session when you were presenting, and I loved your presentation about marriage coaching and counseling, so I would love to connect. And then you send it through. And then even when you are connecting with people in a webinar or in an event, it's always good to make a note of where you connected with people, because some people would also check, where do I know this person from? And then they stop there. But if you've got a smaller note to say, hey, this is me, it's easier for them to quickly accept you within their network. I said it's a networking room. So when you connect with someone, they're basically opening the door to their room so that you can come in. So it's always good to have that check, verify, is this a legit person? And then you make sure that you grow your network. And then there's also another thing that most people shy away from when it comes to social media platforms. It's creating content. I said we can start connecting with people by building the network, but we need to create content that builds authority. So for me, I always get inboxes. Hi, Murado, we're inspired about the work that you're doing on financial literacy, on women empowerment, this and that. So you want to be able to educate people, to inspire people, to share value so that people find value in what you do. At some point, I used to write articles as well. There was a section where it's not just about posts, but you can also write article where it says share a post, you can say media job or write article. And it's not even complicated. You just find something that you want to speak about and then you start writing. And the types of content that you can share, it can be tips or insights in various topics. It can be things that people don't think about or behind the scene if you are an author or a presenter or an artist. Or you can share your personal journey as stories or clips from an event or quote with context because some people get inspired. I used to do that similar to how we're doing it Empower X and Empowered Women every morning, sharing a code, small text, content. And I would get great feedback to say, hey, we're always looking forward to this motivational engagements that you share with us each morning. And this is something that I need to go back to so that it's easier to build that authority so that every time when someone is looking for someone who is doing work around marriage counseling, they think of you. We've got people that are coaches, authors, business analysts, strategists, people running their own businesses. So if you keep sharing about that, next time someone wants to go on vacation, they're going to think, oh, Tsapitor, okay, let me call Mama Khadi so that she can organize this because you've presented yourself as someone that knows what you're doing at that space. And then that is the authority that you're taking. Let me finish up quickly. So if you're growing your business, it's important that you turn on the open for work or open for collaboration. Sometimes you see people's profile there, there's that banner that says open for work. So it's one of those things that you can turn on your profile so that those that are looking can then um, make sure that you are considered. It says open to, and then you can say finding a new job, hiring, providing paid services, finding volunteer opportunities, because indeed some people are volunteering. Um, they go LinkedIn and finding opportunities. You can reach out to decision makers because people present themselves at their best, and then you can just slide into their DM. You don't lose anything. Showcase your work and also check how you are doing and then make the amendments that you need to do. And then there's also LinkedIn Learning where you can learn and upskill yourself in different areas. And lastly, consistency is key. We need to show up. It can be weekly, it can be daily, or even once a month if you're still struggling. Engage with others, comment, like, share, repost, and also send messages where you're engaging with people and make it personal. There's some of the messages that I get on LinkedIn, and I just open them and I'm like, thank you. And then I archive. More especially those ones that would come as paragraphs and there's a link. Yeah, click on this link to schedule an appointment. And I'm thinking, who are you? Like, let's make it personal and not too long and also not too short because there's people that would click on that thing that says, how are you? And then they move on with their lives. So those are also irritating. It's better for you to introduce yourself, like how we spoke about last week when you are networking. You introduce yourself like you're engaging with a person in front of you, state who you are, what you do, what you want, and then how you want to connect further going forward. And it's also important that we keep updating our profile as we grow so that some of the information gets included. So, one thing that I would want us to do this week, let's go update our profiles and share content. It can be anything. And if you have not yet signed up for LinkedIn, go sign up. When we started here, I did share that you just go to LinkedIn and then you sign up like how you would sign up to any other social media. And it's important that we connect. So what I would urge us to do this week, like we do with that, like we did last week. I know some of the people that actually did write and share their brief networking, they got great connections. Others like Nomnebo posted, I shared, but she did not include contact. I had two, three people saying, please connect me with this lady. And then I simply shared contacts both ways to her and also the people that wanted those contacts. And that's to show that people read those messages, people do connect. So for this week, I would urge us to just say, introduce ourselves, even if it's in just one, two lines, to say, hi, I'm Rarani Matayeni. I teach financial literacy. I run a book club. Here's my LinkedIn profile. Let's connect. And then I share the link. And then you can just simply share them to me. And then I also post on the group so that people know who you are, what you do, and also that they can connect with you on LinkedIn. In that way, we'll be building and growing our LinkedIn profiles. Thank you very much. And I just want to open up for the engagements. Anyone that would like to jump in, share how you have used LinkedIn, how it's working for you, and if you've got any challenges, you can share so that we can chat, address those so that we can start on this journey on being thought leaders and also taking authorities on those platforms. Over to you, ladies.
Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
I am Mariam Famadi. I'm the marriage coach. I'm the author. I used LinkedIn, but it was only for my professional duties or responsibilities. I never knew that I can also include my other spheres of my work, or like you were indicating that you can add pages of business on the LinkedIn. Thanks for that precious information. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, your business needs to have a page and you can grow that page and connect with others so that your work is also clear out there. So Eunice has also shared her link. Thank you, Eunice, but we already connected, me and you. If you can come in, Eunice, how is LinkedIn and how are you?
Good morning, ladies. I'm just going to share briefly about how LinkedIn has been working for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, most of the opportunities and exposure that I've had ever since I've started building my career within the tech space or in terms of upskilling, in fact, almost just about everything that I've accumulated so far has been largely because of the platform LinkedIn. I'm just going to share a few pointers as well, if that's okay.
Yes.
So as an individual professional, if you are looking to get opportunities or maybe to get exposure or build a much bigger network, or maybe an intentional network in your space or field, you need to at least have about 500. I don't know if you did mention this because I think I joined about 5 minutes late. So you need to at least have about 500 connections to appear in searches. I'm going to speak to this from a recruitment perspective, even if I'm not a recruiter, but I've had to, I've been a part of masterclasses. I've been a part of webinars where they give you pointers in terms of how to position yourself in terms of how to position yourself for opportunities and be easily exposed to recruiters. So for instance, if I'm a business analyst and I'm looking for recruiters to actually be able to see me, because this is what they do. If they are recruiting for a specific position, they will type into the search bar a specific set of skills. The key one might, in my case, be business analysis or business analyst, and I will pop up there as one of the candidates. LinkedIn will also provide metrics in terms of how much of a best suited candidate I am for that specific role, and just like that, they will reach out. I've had so many opportunities come through for me in that particular sense. You only need 500 plus searches and you need your LinkedIn to be properly optimized. And another thing is in terms of basically experiencing your people, experiencing people or networking with people like this. When we are in conversations like this or get to be in sessions like this, when you've experienced, say, for instance, Mulalone Mataheni, and you love his specific skills and you believe, she deserves to be endorsed for them, or maybe you believe people would need to know out there or deserve to know out there that she's capable of this and this and that. You can also just go there onto her profile and write her a recommendation. I need to do that. You need to write her a recommendation, so that also assists a person, or at least boosts a person's profile. And if in any case, maybe they're looking for a speaker, if they're looking for an author, because this is mainly what our environment is about. If they're looking for an author, they're looking for a speaker, or they're looking for somebody who is within the field of women empowerment, even from recommendation, that also pops up as well. So LinkedIn is built up in a way that the data with relevant metrics of specific fields or of specific skills appear when specific individuals are looking for those kind of skills. And another thing I think I might say is it's very important as well that you build yourself up as a brand. I think when I started on LinkedIn, I think I was very vocal. And I stopped, I think about 2-3 years ago. I'm now learning and pushing myself towards being more visible, posting about things along my space, and also sharing to some level with people within my space as well. But I think that should be it. I feel like I was supposed to have maybe put something together, because from a LinkedIn perspective, I think I have much, I don't know, a much bigger brand than any other social media platform. I've not been able to establish to establish myself on a platform like I have on LinkedIn. Maybe perhaps as time goes on, Presscom, I might put together something and maybe take you ladies through how to maybe build up your brand from an individual professional perspective in terms of actually attracting specific opportunities, how to ensure that your profile is properly optimized, that in a sense, you also appear in searches, you get individualized exposure from recruiters, even from an academia perspective. So I think I can maybe sometime, maybe sometime in the next coming weeks, or maybe, I don't know, I can actually do that.
Bered, you'll just give us a date. Which day
Yes.
works for you?
Yes, and I think also another thing I just want to say this morning is On our previous session, I mentioned something about exploring opportunities in terms of coming back to Gauteng. I want to tell you, the ladies, this morning that I signed an offer yesterday. I should be in Gauteng at least before end of this month.
Hey, well,
And
congratulations.
yes, and that is largely again because of LinkedIn. I get a lot of exposure there. Um, I get so much. I get so much from LinkedIn. I could literally go. I literally cannot go for more than 2 weeks without getting an opportunity either in academia, an opportunity from an employment perspective, a recruiter reaching out to find out if I'm in the market, and that's how beautiful it gets. And what that does is it also opens you up to the realities of what unemployment looks like. Of what employment looks like as opposed to what we see as South Africans every single day. And yeah, I think I've said just about enough. Maybe I'll say something else if it comes up. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for sharing with us and congratulations. And this just shows the power of words. When we speak the things that we want, God makes it happen or the universe makes it happen. Because we're just talking about it, and the next thing I say, who would like to go next?
Hey, good afternoon, ladies. Oh, good
Hello.
morning. Good morning. Good morning. So this is Amanda Mujapilu speaking. And thank you so much, Molalo, that today I'm able to join you, ladies. So as Amanda, I'm an entrepreneur, a facilitator, a business coach, and also a mentor for most of the SMMEs. So, but I'm one person who've always been trying to shy away from platforms like LinkedIn. I know I do have an account. However, I honestly don't give myself much time, to update it. Sometimes what I would just do, it would be to maybe repost or just a short comment. But in terms of like actively getting involved, I guess maybe is the issue of content creation, as you have just indicated, Malal, earlier on that, sometimes it's better to exactly know what is it that you want to post and you need to be personal about it. So sometimes I'll just like, I write something, then I delete, then I delete, then I exit the page and just like that. And now recently, so as an LMI official licensee, and part of the requirements is for me to actually update my LinkedIn profile. Okay, it's here, my bio, it's updated and everything, but when am I giving myself time just to go on a LinkedIn page and update it? I do not know. I was even actually requested to consider getting some of the premiums packages. I don't have much information about that. I do not know if it's really the right thing to do to get one of the premiums. Something I would like to know more about, ladies. And please tell me more also about being endorsed. On my profile, I sometimes see something like first, second, third, and I never bothered to know exactly what is it. But now, out of this session today, actually, I am learning that it is actually a powerful tool, to meet the right people and to let your brand be known out there. You can create you can use it for a brand awareness and mutual trust, where people now start knowing you and more following you and maybe getting more endorsed. So yeah, thank you so much, ladies. Please can you just lend me more, let me know better about this platform that I've always taken for granted. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing that. And I don't know if the one that I had displayed is your LinkedIn profile. with 40 connections, or if there's another one.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's the only one that I have. Yes, definitely. That's the one.
Hey, Bo. I quickly put it
Okay.
down because I thought maybe there's another one because you've got people that have profiles and then they leave it and then they go create another one. But this one
I know.
needs to change. Oh, Eunice indicated that we must get to 500 connections so that we are visible when they're looking for people that can
Mm-hmm.
engage us. So this needs to change. You and about
Absolutely,
content,
absolutely.
mina niyazi
Yeah.
ngizonukhokhisa ama-R100 and walk the journey with you guys when it comes to content. Yeah, LinkedIn, because I'm going to go through that journey myself as well, but I'll share on the
Yeah.
group because it's easier. I saw Eunice is saying 500 connections at least, and then we're no figure line enough 40. Yeah, now
Be-
she's got like
because I've always shy
11,000.
away.
Yes.
Yes, I've always been shying away. Even if you check with it, and normally I don't even put all my skills there. Not really. And even my qualifications, I don't really update them. Like there's so much missing, as I say. But yeah, probably it was really a blessing in disguise for me to be part of this session. Honestly, I'll do
Siyabonga.
something.
We
And
want to see
yes,
those masters here on LinkedIn.
I will definitely do that. I will. But please tell
Thank
me more
you.
about the endorsement and the first and second and third. I don't know what does that mean. Please let me understand.
In terms of endorsement, that's where she was saying that someone can go there and write about you and also just share about the work that you've done. So sometimes you can put up your skill and then someone can then go there and confirm that indeed this person has this particular skill. So it makes you a I could say it builds up your point or beef up your profile in terms of LinkedIn. And that's people confirming that indeed this person has this or can do this, or sharing about, yes, I've done this work with this person. So I can confirm that this person really does what they say they do. And then
Okay.
first, second, I think when you're connecting with someone, there is, it shows if it's a first connection, if it's someone that I'm already connected to, maybe Eunice can explain it better. And then second connection would be people that are connected to the people that you're connected to. That's how um, I always interpret it. And then if there is someone who is connected to someone and then you would like to connect to, it can also show you who else within your network is connected to that person. So if you want someone to do an introduction to that person on your behalf, you can then ask that person to say, oh, Muraro, I see you're already connected to Eunice. Can you assist me with more like breaking their ice? So they make it easier for you to know who else is connected with the person that you would like
Oh,
to connect to. Eunice, do you want to add anything around those endorsements and second, third?
So I think with endorsements as well, it works well with people that you've maybe collaborated on a project with, or just about anything. So if, for instance, I got an opportunity to hear you speak, and you have speaking as one of the skills you've listed as one of the skills that you've listed on your profile that you're proficient in, I'm able to go in there and endorse you. That also pushes your profile. It pushes your profile to pop up a little bit more as well. Because what happens is, you'll have just about anybody. I speak to this from building a career as an individual professional, a lot much more, but even from an entrepreneurial perspective. So if you've got specific skills listed there, and there's somebody who wants to get access to someone who has those specific skills, the minute they type onto LinkedIn, you pop up as well. And in order for you to pop up, like I said, for you to appear in searches, you need to have 500 plus connections, right? But with endorsements, it's basically somebody saying, I know Eunice has the specific skill, and I'm confident that she's capable of executing this particular skill in a proficient or maybe in or whatever level they may have seen you do it at. And by doing that, they're building a specific level of confidence around you having listed that skill there. And if you've got that, it also then sets you apart amongst other people who have that specific skill, and you stand a higher chance of being recognized as a top skills professional in that particular area. So that is what endorsements do. Your recommendations, they also work the same way. If somebody has recommended you to say, Malalo is a very good speaker, Malalo is a thought leader, Malalo is this and that, they are able to pick you up from that to say multiple people are speaking about this specific person in this particular manner, and they are speaking about this person in this particular manner even within a public audience like LinkedIn. So that means they're confident in your ability to execute that particular skill or to apply yourself in that particular skill, and by just that you have that person's confidence in you have that person's confidence, or at least that person's attention, and they will get they will reach out to you to say, I'm putting together these people, Malalo, I'm putting together an event, and I'm looking for speakers that will maybe add value or speak on financial literacy or women empowerment or this, and I came across your profile. Would you maybe like to engage further? Can you please take this further? Those are the kind of things that make you stand out a lot more. And I think a lot of people undermine the value of how of how optimizing your LinkedIn profile in that particular manner does. And I think also we do not encourage this enough in terms of being intentional about how we experience each other, especially in terms of networks. And if you actually don't know how to show it to the other person that you value, or you see their capability in that particular skill, LinkedIn is really just a platform to do it. You saw somebody do something really great, you feel they deserve to have to stand on more platforms doing that specific skill. LinkedIn is your go-to place. You go endorse, and once you've done that, you've in a way created a specific Shilungu, this morning you've created a specific
Against the song.
like yeah, man, you've created a specific you've added in some way to a specific outlook or confidence for that person. And I think we should normalize it. Hey, when we are in sessions like this, we need to normalize endorsing each other, recommending each other, and in ensuring that we are out there, our skills are out there, our capabilities are out there to a larger audience in that sense. I
Thank you
think
very
I've
much for
said
sharing
enough.
that. I see Mama Khadi's hand is up, but before I give to you, I also found Mama Maria's profile. There, she meets the 500 connections that Eunice was speaking about. So it's important that we connect. I've already sent my connection. I saw on the phone that it was accepted. And these are the spaces that we need to go into, endorse one another. And if you didn't know that we've got an environmental health practitioner in our midst, this is where you go and find out. Thank you very much. Over to you, Mama Khadi.
Good morning, ladies. I'm busy on my profile updating it after that. I don't know when last did I update this thing. Like I would go and comment on other people, congratulate other people, and yeah, but when I look at my connections, I'm on 285. Here I am. And then you know how we appreciate you, Mulalo, and everyone who comes to these sessions. Ne? I was glad when we changed them to Saturday because wow, Friday there were so many competing engagement, but Saturdays I'm like, yo, finally we here, I can connect. So yeah, ladies, we appreciate you and we love you. Let's continue connecting. And really, 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 we must not take this platform for granted because we're learning and don't give up, Mulalo. Yeah, we might be 7 today. One day we will be even fighting for space to be in this room because of the connections and what we are getting from here. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We can see now where you're not there yet, go 500. But this is our unionist. This is the person that had a conference with thousands of people for a week. You could have just said, ladies and gentlemen, connect with me on LinkedIn, share your profile, and then boom, you reach that connection level. I think in most spaces, when people engage on a professional platform, they would say, "Oh, can I get a link to your LinkedIn profile?" People are happy to just share that, and I think we must get to that habit where we share our our profiles even in professional settings, at events, and also after this session, you will draft that small introduction to say, "Hi, I'm so and so. Forward it to me. I'll forward it to the group so that people get to connect with you and also know what they can get from you." Nomnebo, before I give to Eunice, over to you, Nomnebo.
Morning, ladies. Thank you so much for, when you wake up in the morning and the first thing you learn so much, it's already a productive day. So I've been on LinkedIn for a while. I just checked now, I have 738 followers or connections, not followers. And I'm realizing that I haven't utilized it as much as I should. Because at times there'll be someone who say there'll be an update that says the job search, you have 7 people, job search, what, and I don't pay attention to that. I just basically accept people who want to connect. For me, I think what I want to learn is beyond connection. How do I start a conversation? Because I think that's what I don't do. And how do I utilize this platform in order to take it forward, have the important connections and get it to a level where we can have conversation that become productive. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Eunice. Maybe you'll also partly answer or fully answer the question that was asked, beyond connection. I love that as a title for something. Over to you, Eunice. And this is Nomnewo's profile. Yes, the 738 followers. And it's important that we always keep our profiles up to date because opportunities might pass us by. Eunice?
Yes, so I wanted to just add on the connections, on the part about connections. So every week, I'm just not sure of the number. I'll try to find out what the number is. But another way, to help yourself grow your profile is if, for instance, you're looking to connect with more individuals who are within the speaking space or in the financial space or whatever field or expertise you're looking to build a network around, every week you get a specific number of excuse me, get a specific number of potential, is it potential or possible connections that you can make. So you're able to connect with a specific number of people weekly. LinkedIn gives you that. So you can just go on your profile under My Network and you will see a whole list of people populated there. You connect with those specific people and maybe just have a brief introductory message to those specific people to say, you can maybe just go, good day or hi, so and so. I'm currently building or looking to grow my network with people within the specific space. You appeared on or LinkedIn. The algorithm, popped up your profile when I tried searching for individuals of individuals with this expertise or within this field. I'd love to connect. And then you sent it. That's how you, I think, maybe should go about it. You basically connect to that specific person, have a brief introductory message that tells the other person why you want to connect with them and what you're looking to get from that specific connection. You can maybe expand on it, and have whatever you'd like to have with them beyond just having a connection, like you say. So that's all I wanted to say. Thanks.
Thank you very much. And I think last week's session on networking can also answer that question, where you will introduce yourself, what you do, and also add what you want to get out of that particular connection. Ladies, anyone else that would like to come in? I see we've got people from Namibia. Hi, Lina. Okay. Um, this one, how do I read this? Mati Mati. Over to you. You can unmute, introduce yourself, how you finding the sessions. We always see you in the sessions. Over to you. Okay. With that said, ladies, we are almost coming to the close. And then I heard Umama Khad saying, I'm glad this was moved to Saturday. I think that's a proposal on the table. And then, yes, we will definitely make sure that we connect on Saturdays when we are not rushing to do other things. I think I support that as well while we are still fresh. Over to you. I see the hand was raised. You can unmute and engage.
Good morning. My name is Muriti, and I'm new
Oh,
in this. Hi.
Riti, that's how. Wow.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I've- it's my first time connecting to this session, and this far I'm happy. I'm not on LinkedIn, and I've just realized how important it is to be on LinkedIn, and I'll be joining going forward, and there's more I have to learn. That's me.
Thank you very much. Yes, we would love to see and have your profile up there. At least you already have 7 connections from this group. So as soon as you do that and then you share your link on WhatsApp, then we'll share, and then you'll get even more than 8 people to connect with you on LinkedIn. There's a question there that I am not able to answer. Maybe someone can take it up. Is it advisable to take one of those premium packages? Because I am encouraged to get it. Anyone else that would like to take us through that premium Dondon? I've never signed up because I'm just stingy.
I have never taken on. I've never had a subscription. Had a paid subscription on those premium packages. I think in order for one to basically take on those premium packages, maybe just give the free trials a shot. Give the free trial a shot. Select a package that you're looking to maybe explore. If it's in sales, take the sales package. If it's for business, take the business package and see how well it works for you. If you are able to navigate either one of those packages and in a way it works for you, then maybe then you can consider getting it. I think LinkedIn is actually structured in a way that you can get it to work for you with or without a premium package. But if you're to get one, I believe you should at least be intentional enough to learn or allow yourself to explore it from a free trial perspective and see if it works. If it is not working for you, and then maybe you can just continue using the standard normal um, account. But if it is and you're seeing the value of it, then maybe you can proceed to getting your premium package. So from an individual professional perspective, in terms of building your career, what I've seen is when you've got your premium package. I've done this multiple times with a free trial, because LinkedIn now and again will just test a few features and maybe want to gain a specific um, feedback, just to know how their people, the users on LinkedIn are experiencing the platform, or if they've added specific features and they want to get a feedback on how it's being utilized, or maybe the value that it is adding to the users. They will just do that. They will push a free trial your way, and you give it a shot, and you give feedback after using it after a specific period of time. So I think maybe it would be advisable to do that. So when you have a premium account, you are able to see jobs that are you are able to see jobs where you are mostly qualified in. You are able to see the people that have applied for those specific jobs, not their personal information per se to say it's so and so. But when you've applied, you're able to measure against their skill set, see how well you stand out for a specific job. And also you get even exposure to specific people as well. So when you've got a premium account, you have, I think, added advantages in terms of who you can reach and how you reach them. If it's just a standard normal profile, you still can reach people in a very good way, but not as somebody who has a premium account, or at least who has those premium packages. But either way, I think I've found both of them to work for me, unless maybe in the future I'm looking to have a specific feature that is on premium. I think for now I'm comfortable there. Or maybe from a business perspective, that's one thing in the future I might look into as I try to grow. I think I've answered parts of it.
Yes,
Can I
definitely,
add up
definitely.
on that?
Yes, please.
I have used it. I can't remember if it's 12 months or 6 months. It is beneficial because it opens ways for other avenues that are maybe hidden. And when you also need work, as she said, it's you get more chance. If you know you need something seriously, it's advisable to do it for a specific time. It's very helpful. It also opens you, it also shows you other opportunities that are relevant to you, even if you didn't indicate, but it opens more. Thanks.
Thank you very much for sharing that, and also sharing from personal experiences. I was telling her earlier on, it's you. We need to see other people do things so that we get comfortable to do them as well. And when we get into spaces like this, and someone says, "I've taken up premium," like how Maria is saying, then it makes it easier and more comfortable for some of us who are stingy to say, because I really need something out of this, let me put in an amount so that I can get what I want. Um, Yes, let's start this journey and then let's connect. Thank you, ladies. But before we go, can I just get a feel of some of the topics or areas that you would like us to include on the session? Got my notebook and pen. What topics would you like us to cover on the sessions?
Oh, good morning again. I think maybe one of the issues that we can touch on its contracts. We are entrepreneurs, some of us we are employees, but we don't read our contracts, whether it's from the employer's perspective or the employee's perspective. Maybe we can touch on that one
Thank
day.
you very much. Any other topic? You're most welcome to share more than once, or even some of the things that you
100%.
would like to take us through from your side.
Hi,
I
Mulalo.
suggest,
Uh,
sorry.
okay, from my side, I'm not sure if maybe it was covered in the previous session. I guess my interest would be to expand further on the issue of networking, how to prepare yourself for such a session, because then you need to know how do you confidently go forward and present yourself or meet the people that you have never met before. So you don't want someone to go out there and start panicking, not knowing exactly how to introduce yourself. The greet and meet meetings, how to prepare yourself for that. I guess that's an important skill that we might need. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. I think also last week's session can touch on that networking, where I was slapping people that are saying they're introverts, they don't want to. So we did touch most on that. I see there's a communication on the chat, but it's direct message from Me Maria, who's saying communication at work, stress management, anger management, confidence. I saw somebody else wanted to add who was unmuted. You're most welcome to Eunice.
So here's what I'm thinking. I think I don't know if this is possible, but we can have some sort of series for either one of these, or maybe even multiple, we can add on that. So we can have a whole series on how to build rapport as a professional in the workplace. And we have a few topics that we actually focus on each one of these sessions. We can have also one in terms of entrepreneurship or in terms of business, and we can have one and each and every single week we find topics to speak on that particular yo ashilungu this morning, but on that particular concept. Yeah. On that particular concept that we would have selected. I'd be very interested to participate in either one. A lot of people do not. A lot of people know business analysis or process analysis. They know it from a corporate perspective, just a little bit of it, maybe not even that much, but from an entrepreneurial business perspective, the value it could add and all of that, most people do not know much around this. And I have a growing interest. I've had it for quite some time. In fact, from the time that I started working into developing or building a career in this particular space. And that's really my interest, building exposure into that, especially in an entrepreneurial perspective, specifically for startups, or maybe getting even more collaborations in that particular context. So that's what I would propose we add on to the entrepreneurship or business side of things, even from a professional context. And also, maybe we can also delve into the educational side of things. We can have young ladies or students pushed into maybe one of these sessions now and again, where we get to give them we get to give them some sort of structure or exposure into what being a professional looks like in specific areas that they are looking to explore. We can have things like that, and I think if we do that, we have series along various fields or concepts. I think we'd be well on our way in terms of what we want to speak on every single weekend or however we choose to go about it.
Thank you very much for that. But it's Saturday, your English is Saturday, and also, guys, let's be comfortable to speak in all the languages. It doesn't have to only be English. Havang vada va khou guda uri hai Tshivenḓa tshi itisa hani, so it'll be up to them as well to go find out what we're saying in other languages. So let's not confine ourselves, and also apologize as well to say, yo guys, my English, no, just switch, will be fine. So that we create a more interconnected community. But thank you all for all those engagements, recommendations. I had set up a session with what's her name? The one that wrote the book, Tammy, for Friday the 11th. I'll check with her if Saturday suits her. So we move it to Saturday the 12th, but if not, we'll have that session on Friday at 7 a.m. If she agrees, we'll do it on Saturday, and then going forward, we'll just have our engagements on Saturday morning, but we'll try keep it within an hour or less than an hour. When we started, we said 30 minutes, but sometimes we've seen that 30 minutes is not enough. But if it's on a Saturday, then we can make sure that maybe 30 to 45 minutes we try and wrap up so that people can also go about. But thank you all ladies for joining us on this morning session. I will share the recording and also a request for you to just drop me a WhatsApp where you're introducing yourself, your name, who you are, what you do, and also the link to your LinkedIn profile so that I share it on the group and then people can connect with you and also engage further. You're most welcome to add your contact numbers if you want, but we are driving LinkedIn as the point of contact from today's conversation. And I will see you next week where we are having our guest who will be talking about the daughter I never had, which is she's an author, so it'll be a more informative educational session um, about the HELP syndrome. And then, yeah, it'll be very informative. I didn't know when I was reading that book, and I'm like, oh my word. And I'm glad we're reading that book in our book club in October. I think that's a pregnancy loss awareness month. I didn't even know that we have a month internationally where we are saying, let us stand in solidarity, let us comfort, and also remember those that have lost their children. So I will see you next week and have a lovely weekend. Further, as Empowered Women, we're meeting Hamraga at the drop-in center now at 9 o'clock. So I'll go prepare myself and then go engage with the ladies and also see how we can make sure that this empowerment, the real work, the internal work, also goes to the women that are here with us in rural communities in the villages. And by saying that, I want to encourage each and every one of you to find women within your network, your community, connect with them, share the things that you learn in different platforms with them so that they can also be empowered. Have a lovely weekend and bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye
Bye.
everyone.